Emily discovered in the worst way how a tumultuous romantic relationship can hurt someone even when love still exists. Alex, driven by jealousy, made many mistakes and caused a lot of suffering, both for himself and for Emily. Do these two deserve new chances? Embark on this thrilling story now. On a starry night, the high school graduation ceremony was taking place with great festivity in an elegant local event hall. Emily, a charming young woman with long, curly hair, was sitting next to her boyfriend, Alex, a young man with intense eyes and striking features who watched her with a mix of adoration and possessiveness. The vibrant music echoed through the hall, encouraging the graduates to celebrate this significant transition in their lives. The room was decorated with golden and silver balloons that gleamed under the colorful lights of the dance floor. Elegantly arranged tables surrounded the floor, filled with family and friends who were animatedly discussing the young people's future expectations. However, the festive atmosphere was slightly overshadowed for Emily by the shadow of Alex's jealousy. As the night progressed, classmates approached Emily's table, extending polite invitations to dance. Each attempt was promptly refused by Alex, who made excuses on Emily's behalf, stating that she was already accompanied. He whispered in her ear every time someone approached, "You are mine, Emily. I can't let others touch you, even if it's just a dance. You understand the difference, don't you? They want to be close to you, but I'm the only one who truly takes care of you." Emily tried to smile at her friends, apologizing with her eyes, while feeling increasingly trapped in that uncomfortable situation. Alex, noticing her discomfort, tried to justify himself. "Look, it's not that I don't trust you, it's just that I love you too much to share even a moment of you with someone else." The situation reached a delicate point when Alex, feeling increasingly agitated by the looks directed at Emily, sank into his chair with a heavy sigh. He looked at her with a mix of frustration and affection, saying, "Why do you make me feel this way? You're almost becoming my wife, and that means we must respect each other. I'm just trying to protect what is precious to me." At this moment, the attention of everyone was captured by the school principal, who entered the hall accompanied by some teachers. He approached the microphone with a welcoming smile and announced, "Well, third-year students, today is a great milestone in your lives. Let's celebrate properly. Today, you are all adults, and there's no harm in a toast to commemorate this achievement." He raised his glass, encouraging everyone to do the same. Emily, who had never consumed alcohol before, felt nervous. The principal toasted to the students' future journey, and Alex, seeing an opportunity to ease the tension, encouraged Emily to drink with him. "It will help you relax," he said, smiling. She hesitated, but influenced by the atmosphere and Alex's encouragement, she ended up accepting and drank the entire contents of the glass in one gulp. However, almost immediately, she felt overwhelming nausea. Emily felt a wave of nausea rise quickly, and Alex's face turned to concern as he saw her pale. With quick reflexes, he held a thick cloth napkin in front of her face, preventing an embarrassing incident in front of everyone present. Amid worried murmurs from the other guests, he led her out of the hall, trying to give her some fresh air. Outside, the night breeze blew gently, bringing momentary relief to Emily. However, Alex's agitation did not cease. He began to scold her, his voice elevated by stress. "Emily, you should have taken it easy with the drink. Acting this way only shows how unprepared we are to get married, and take on such big responsibilities. I'm realizing I need more time." Alex's tone made Emily feel even more unwell. The harsh words, and the supposedly festive evening turning into an emotional battlefield left her feeling helpless. Tears began to stream down her cheeks as she mumbled attempts to calm the situation. "I only drank because you said it would help me relax. I didn't want to cause problems, Alex." Realizing that his overreaction had frightened Emily, Alex tried to apologize, but the damage was done. Her trust was shaken, and the words that were meant to be comforting sounded empty. "Emily, I'm sorry, I was just scared. Let's not talk about this anymore, okay? Let's just go back inside and try to enjoy the rest of the night." However, their attempt to return to the hall was interrupted by Sophia, a close friend of Emily, who approached, worried about her friend's state. she was accompanied by her brother, Marcus, who had recently returned from military service. "Emily, what happened? Are you okay?" Sophia asked, with Marcus observing the situation with a look of disgust directed at Alex. Marcus, always protective of Emily, offered his support. "Emily, you don't have to tolerate this. You deserve to be treated with respect, not like someone's property. I've seen you as a little sister since childhood, and seeing this hurts me." Marcus's words, and the comforting hug he offered were a balm for Emily. Together, they walked away from the hall, leaving Alex behind. Sophia walked alongside them, ensuring her friend would be in good hands. The trio headed to Emily's house, where she could recover from the nausea and emotions of the night. During the journey, the conversation revolved around Alex's behavior, and how he had recently become more possessive and controlling. "I don't know what happened to him," Emily confessed, still trying to understand how their relationship had reached that critical point. "He wasn't like this before. We planned our future together, but now everything seems so uncertain." Sophia and Marcus listened attentively, offering words of support, and promising to stand by her no matter what happened. Meanwhile, Alex, left alone in the event hall, reflected on his actions, and how his jealous behavior was ruining the relationship he valued most. The night had ended badly, and the dawn brought a new perspective for Emily. She had spent the night at home, under the care of her friends Sophia and Marcus, who decided to stay to ensure she was okay. The morning silence was accompanied only by the soft sound of coffee being made in the kitchen. As Sophia prepared a tray with coffee and toast for Emily, Marcus sat at the kitchen table, deep in thought. He had observed Emily and Alex's relationship closely, and was increasingly worried about Alex's controlling behavior. "I knew he was a bit jealous, but this is going too far. Did you see how he reacted last night? That's not normal," he commented, turning to his sister. Sophia agreed, placing the ready tray on the table. "I've always thought there was something wrong with the way he treated her. Emily has been our friend since childhood, Marcus. We can't let this slide. We need to talk to her, make her see what's happening." When Emily came down for coffee, she found Sophia and Marcus waiting for her. She tried to smile, but the weight of the previous night still marked her face. Sophia promptly hugged her, while Marcus watched with a concerned older brother expression. "How are you feeling, Emily? We want to make sure you're okay," Sophia asked as she poured a cup of coffee for Emily. She sighed, accepting the cup. "I'm a little better, thank you for staying with me. I don't know what to do about Alex. I love him, but what happened last night was too much. I've never seen him like that," she confessed. As her eyes filled with tears again, Marcus leaned forward, his voice gentle but firm. "Emily, no one should make you feel this way, especially someone who claims to love you. Love is not control, it's not fear. It's about care, respect, and freedom." Marcus's words echoed in the kitchen, each syllable loaded with sincerity and concern. Sophia took Emily's hand, squeezing it gently. "We're here for you, Emily. You're not alone in this. Maybe it's time to reassess things between you two. Think about what you really want and need in a relationship." The rest of the morning was spent in deep conversations about relationships and self-esteem. Emily felt grateful to have such supportive friends, and the discussion helped her see her situation from a different perspective. She began to question if the relationship with Alex was truly what she wanted for her life. Meanwhile, Alex was at home, brooding over the events of the previous night. He felt a mix of regret and confusion, not fully understanding why he had acted that way. His phone was off, he needed time to think. He decided he needed to do something to make things right, but he still didn't know how. Emily spent the day reflecting on the conversations with Sophia and Marcus. They had been a real support, helping her understand that love should not be synonymous with restriction or fear. As the day progressed, she felt more confident and determined to confront the situation with Alex. In the late afternoon, Alex, who had spent the day deep in thought, finally turned on his phone. He saw several messages from Emily asking if they could talk. Despite hesitating at first, he knew this conversation was inevitable and crucial. they agreed to meet at a public park near Emily's house, a neutral and open place that provided a calmer environment for serious conversations. Alex arrived first, sitting on a wooden bench under a large tree, his nerves on edge as he waited for Emily. When Emily appeared on the park stone path, her walk was steady, and her expression showed determination. She sat next to Alex, leaving a space between them, symbolizing the emotional distance she felt at that moment. "Alex, we need to talk about what happened last night," Emily began, her voice firm but clear. "I've been thinking a lot, and something needs to change. I can't continue in a relationship where I feel controlled or diminished." Alex looked at her, his heart heavy. "Emily, I know I messed up. I don't know what came over me. I was afraid of losing you, and it made me act horribly. I'm willing to do whatever it takes to change, to be someone you deserve." Emily listened, considering his words. "I appreciate you saying that, Alex, but words need to be followed by actions. I want to see real changes. I need space to think and decide what's best for me now." The conversation continued with Alex agreeing to seek professional help to deal with his jealousy and controlling behavior. He expressed his love for Emily and his desire not to be the cause of her pain. Emily, in turn, reiterated the need for some time apart, so both could reflect on their feelings and behaviors. As the afternoon turned to evening, they walked together through the park, talking more calmly now, trying to understand each other. As they said their goodbyes, there was a moment of hesitation, a brief touch of hands that spoke of love and hope, but also of uncertainty about the future. Alex returned home feeling a bit more hopeful, but aware of the challenges ahead. Emily, on the other hand, felt empowered because she had expressed her feelings and set boundaries, something she knew was essential for her own well-being. As night fell, both reflected on the necessary transformations in their lives, pondering how love, even when true, sometimes needed space to breathe and grow. In the days following her meeting with Alex, Emily felt as if she had regained some control over her life. She had set a clear boundary, something new for her, and it made her feel strengthened. Sophia and Marcus continued to be a constant supportive presence, helping her stay firm in her decision to seek a healthier relationship, whether with Alex or someone else. Meanwhile, Alex started attending therapy sessions to confront his jealous and controlling behavior. He was determined to change, not just to try to save his relationship with Emily, but also to become a better person. Each session was a challenge, bringing to the surface emotions and uncomfortable truths about himself that he had never faced before. Emily, in turn, dove into her own passions and activities she had neglected. She resumed her painting classes, a space where she could express her emotions without words. The colors and shapes on her canvases reflected her transitioning state of mind, from dark and somber tones to brighter and more hopeful strokes. A month passed, and the distance between Emily and Alex had given both the opportunity to grow individually. Emily began to feel more confident and less anxious, valuing her own company and that of her friends without relying on a romantic relationship to feel complete. One sunny afternoon, Emily walked through the same park where they had last talked. She reflected on the changes in her life, feeling a lightness she hadn't experienced in a long time. She sat on a bench, the same one from their last meeting, and looked at the lake in front of her, watching the dancing reflections of light on the water. As she was lost in thought, Alex approached. He had changed, not just in his demeanor, but there was a new glimmer of understanding in his eyes. He sat next to Emily, keeping a respectful distance, and smiled timidly. "Emily, I didn't expect to find you here, but I'm glad I did. I wanted you to know that I am truly working on myself. It hasn't been easy, but it's necessary. I hope that, regardless of what happens between us, you can see the changes and maybe we can rebuild something." "Slowly, based on respect," said Alex, his voice filled with hope, but also caution. Emily looked at him, seeing sincerity in his words. "Alex, I see your efforts, and that means a lot to me. I'm learning about myself too, and it has been incredibly important. I still need time, but I'm open to maybe starting again as friends. Let's see where that can take us, without rushing." The conversation that followed was full of reflections and shared laughter, a stark contrast to their previous tense meeting. They talked about their learnings and challenges, recognizing the importance of personal growth, and soon decided to resume their relationship. After a few months of rebuilding their relationship, Alex and Emily decided to take the next step. With newfound understanding and respect, Alex decided to propose to Emily. With mixed emotions, but dominated by hope and renewed love, they set a wedding date, involving their families and friends in this new chapter. The news of their wedding was met with joy and optimism. Preparations began, and Emily found herself immersed in the details of the event, choosing the venue, the dress, and the flowers with a passion that reflected her renewed state of mind. She felt invigorated, loved, and respected, and everything seemed to be aligning for a bright future. However, a week before the wedding, Emily began to feel unwell. Initially, she thought it was just the stress of the preparations, but she soon realized something more serious was happening. She tried to stay calm, and planned to visit a doctor after the final rehearsals for the wedding. Alex, still struggling with shadows of his past, noticed Emily's discomfort and, unfortunately, his old fears and insecurities began to resurface. Consumed by doubt, he confronted Emily in a harsh and unjust manner, accusing her of being with someone else during their time apart. Emily, shocked and hurt by the unfounded accusations, tried to assure Alex that none of his suspicions were true. However, unable to overcome his fears, Alex decided to flee, leaving Emily alone and confused on the eve of what was supposed to be the happiest day of her life. Desolate but determined not to let this adversity define her future, Emily made a brave decision. She canceled the wedding, faced the scandal and pity of friends and family, and decided to start anew in another city. There, she focused on her career and passions. After many challenges, she became a successful and accomplished professional, achieving many of her dreams on her own. The change brought new opportunities and, more importantly, a new perspective on love and life. Emily learned that, above all, self-respect and the pursuit of her own happiness were the pillars of her life, a valuable lesson she would carry forever. Years later, at a business conference, fate crossed Emily's and Alex's paths once again. Emily, now a respected leader in her field, was among the speakers at the event, sharing insights on leadership and innovation. Alex, who was working as security for the venue, had no idea Emily would be there. When Emily took the stage, exuding confidence and radiating success, Alex felt a pang in his heart. Watching her speak with such passion and intelligence, he realized how profoundly he had erred years ago. He had abandoned an extraordinary woman. Emily, so accomplished, was the living embodiment of everything he had lost. Driven by a need to know about her, he asked one of the event participants about the woman on stage. The participant said that Emily was a model of perseverance, a strong, independent woman without a husband or children, who had succeeded through her own merits. Alex was even more impressed, realizing that she hadn't been pregnant when he left her. When she finished her speech and was returning to her seat among colleagues and admirers, Alex watched her, reflecting on her strength and resilience, and how she had turned her pain into a life lesson. Have you ever been in a tumultuous relationship, like Emily? In your opinion, did Alex regret realizing he was wrong or seeing Emily's success? What would Emily's reaction be if she had seen him? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you were touched by this story, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. And don't miss out on another heartwarming video, which you can find on your screen right now. Subscribe to the channel so you never miss an update, and until the next video.